Hi, I want to uh, record myself as I do pair programming with ChatGPT. My goal was to analyze who has access to which documents in my Google Drive. And this was because I found such a website, Lubnol. Yeah, so this lubnol.org. And it's Amit Agarwal, who's one of the first engineering bloggers, he says. And he says he has a lots and lots of utilities and scripts here on how to view or edit your Google Drive, who has access and what. So there's an our sample audit report. I tried this solution first a few weeks ago, but the challenge was at some point it seemed like I need to pay for this. So I then went to ChatGPT today after many weeks and asked it for three ways to analyze who has access. So analyze the same thing. So one is individually, one is audit a log. So I want to do the audit for my blogs and all the other documents which are not uh, through my company's Gmail. They're not through my company's G Suite. So the second option also it was not holding true for me. So the third one, it said utilize third-party tools or applications. So it says there are a few, but because I shouldn't assume that these are the latest or the greatest right now on the market, because ChatGPT may have old data, it may not have data of the internet, broader internet. So I asked it for search prompts. It gave me a very specific search prompt with a lot of double quotations. I'll show you how what whether this worked or not. So it says there aren't many great matches for your search. And so I said it doesn't work, give me some more alternatives. It gave me some more alternatives, and I think I tried one of these. Yeah, I tried one of these, so I'll share with you what I. So here it says digital asset management solution, empower your legal team. So when I hear those two and those two are coming up at the top, I realize it's possible that the solutions I find are going to be for enterprise buyers, which means they may either not have a free solution or they may be expensive or they may not have a self-service option. So I closed that. I was really hoping that right from the start, ChatGPT gives me a script solution because that's what this website Amit had mentioned here, but it didn't give me a script option. So I asked it for a script option and I asked it for step-by-step instructions. So it gave me some script. It gave me step-by-step instructions, but I faced an issue. I can recreate the issue. So I pasted this and I run it. It says unexpected error because while getting the myth. Oh, I guess here there was another error that it didn't get the folder type. But so the error it earlier got was this get sharing. It is using, which is the most basic information, right? That's how it is finding out who's sharing, but it did not create that function. That's something I've often seen ChatGPT do in coding, that it will skip over functions, like parts of the code. So I asked it to fix it, and it fixed that. It said file get sharing is not a function. So it says, oh, that did not exist. So please use the updated script. So it updated it, and I have not tried. Oh, I tried this. This worked, and the output was here. I have hidden the user emails, but it is giving me file name, file URL, and the roles that each person has. But each of these files is shared with my wife and my own another Gmail ID. So how do I don't want those to come up. So I've asked it to exclude files shared with my wife, exclude files that are shared with my other Gmail ID. So it created that. Then I thought, I haven't tried this out yet, but I also thought, I guess maybe let's try that out first. And here I have the code saved somewhere. Here it is. So I want to look at this folder, and for that folder, I need to provide this ID down here. So I provided that ID. Let me save these two lines because I will reuse them. And let's run it and see. Execution completed in 4 seconds. The data is here. I'd pause to hide the emails because it seems it gets rid of the formatting, although it retains the size of the columns. So I've made that column small in the hopes that that keeps it somewhat anonymous. Now let's come back to excluding people. Did it already exclude people? Okay, it did, but I didn't add any examples. So let's add the examples now. Um, okay, I don't know how to do that without while hiding it. So I'm going to pause this recording. Okay, I have added some emails here, but I have also kept them above. I don't know if that will work because I'm just worried that YouTube will block the video as it shows PII, or but at the same time, yes, it does show PII. So and I don't want to be spammed. Um, let's see now. I ran it again. Okay, so it is showing all the documents which I have shared with a freelancer who publishes my my blogs. So this makes sense. Now, there was one thing that ChatGPT told me. Please know that it only analyzes a single folder. To analyze your entire Google Drive, you would need to modify the script to do so and so. And it does not look at sharing with groups or sharing with anyone who has access. So, sharing with anyone who has a link will be valuable. Sharing with groups, I don't care about much. So I'm going to ask it to update that and get commenters. Does this function have get commenters? It doesn't have get commenters. So we'll also get that. Let me paste this. We will edit this. But meanwhile, let's get the get commenters. So I'm not going to copy the whole thing over because then I'll need to edit the whole thing. This I have copied from get file permissions. So pasted it here. Okay, now let's run and see what we get. File get commenters is not a function. Oh, I what did I do wrong? File get commenters. It has the get commenters. Okay, let's paste that error and see what does this say. Ah, ChatGPT failing again or getting stuck. So I'm refreshing it, going back to the previous chat. But did I do something wrong? Maybe I didn't paste it properly. So get editors, get viewers. That's not there anywhere else. So probably it has just updated, but actually there's no such Google Drive function. Drive API. App script editor, click on extensions, libraries. I see libraries. I don't know where is extensions. What to do after going into in libraries pane, click on the add library button. Okay. Enter the library ID and click lookup. Choose the latest version available and click add. Add. Something worked. Choose update the script, replace the free. Okay, and this has that folder ID here and this emails here, and it looks very different now. Drive file permissions, file items. Make sure to replace these. Save it. You'll need to authorize again. Run the script. Okay, so we have copied it over the this one. Okay, now we'll run it. I know it won't run, or it'll at least ask for permissions, but it doesn't have the folder line. So we'll give it access. I am giving it access while trying to keep it away from the recording screen, but it's hard. given it access. Yeah, it doesn't have the folder name. Now let's run it and see what we get. Drive is not defined. Oh, what does it need? 26. Drive. Yeah, I can see that drive is not defined. Sounds like we are going into a rabbit hole. Maybe there was no need to find commenters. Maybe I can give access to commenting to a document and see. Okay, I found a PDF document. I'm going to share access for it with another email ID of my wife and give her commenting access, not notify her, and see if that works. I'm trying to do things while ChatGPT generates the code. So one is, let's do a some undo here. So one undo will change this, another undo will replace the whole thing. Oh, okay. Let's run this and see about the commenters. Oh, I need to remove the commenters. So where else is commenters? Okay, let's delete these, run it, but could not save. Okay, so do I need to save? Where is this ending brace? Okay, here. So I probably removed one less ending brace. Okay, let's see. Viewer. Okay, so a commenter also shows up as a viewer. That's okay. But we also have a new thing. Let's try this. So, enable in extensions. Where is the extensions? Project settings. Find Drive API. Toggle the switch to on. Advanced Google services. Oh, services. Is it in services? I see some here. Drive API. I see Drive API. Let's click on Drive API and add it. That is not exactly what it told me, but let's see. Now it says I can use it. I'll need to paste the folder here. Authorization, same as before. I'll move this to the other window on the desktop and execution started. Let's see, does it have anything for commenter? It says owner, writer, reader, commenter. Oh, those are more roles than before. Owner, reader, reader, writer, commenter. One is I don't need owner. So I can exclude that, but let's do that later. Second is I know I can I exclude emails? Yes, I have a space to exclude emails as well. So I'll also do that. Now let's go back to the other edits. I want to analyze my entire Google Drive, modify the script to recursively traverse all. Oh, before that, I should do this. I want to find documents that have the sharing with anyone who has link enabled. Modify the script for that. Anyone permission type. I don't see anything for okay, permissions. So somewhere something related to this probably. Same file shows up multiple times. How would I maybe I should also create the pivot table that I would want to use. New sheet. How would I want to look at this? I would want the file to show up just once, and all I would want to see. Yeah, I can do it like this for now, and I could do this into the columns. Okay, but this might change now based on the new information it's generated. Okay, it says it will work. We'll delete everything here. Okay, but does anything have that permission type here? Sharing type. Oh no, nothing has those that sharing type. Let me create that sharing type for one of the things. Okay, I found one stock image in this. Oh, but it's not looking recursively. So I'll make a copy of it. Looks like it's a very big file. Google hasn't yet synced it to Google Drive, so I can't yet change its permissions. But anyway, this is incorrect. So let me first tell this to fix that. Oh, and. So this is not right. It should be or. It's not. So this is only returning files that are shared with anyone who has a link. It's not returning files that are not shared with anyone who has a link, but are shared with some individuals using email. Fig. I hope it understands that this is my concern, my problem. And it really takes a long time to write code. Um, so I have created a copy of some file. Oh, it's a 20 MB file. That was not the best thing for me to create a copy of. 3 MB file. Why are all these files so big? So I have this other file. So I'm searching for the folder name here. The yeah, I can do it there itself. So I'm enabling anyone with the link to view the file. Now let's run this again. And I don't know how many. Okay, so this file did come up. Anyone with the link. Okay, it says it'll do it, and I see anyone and I still see the same thing. I don't see any difference. So this is the change text, and this is the original text. Let's ignore that. Sharing type. So it has gone back to adding those columns. Oh, it does have something. Hmm. Okay, let's see if that works. This is the bottommost code. Copying that over. So many have showed up, but the anyone, oh, this was the anyone thing. Anyone with the link. It was also saying it is shared with other people. I'll review that. Okay, yeah, it is shared with other people and anyone with the link. So this is perfect. This is working as intended. Now let's ask it to recursively do stuff. Folder sheet. So it has two inputs to it. Here I don't see inputs. So there's something new. It's kind of like a new. Um, what I'll do is okay. It's not at all recursive right now, so this is not very helpful. This project is not very helpful. Can I add another code to this? Single folder. Script. I don't know if this will allow me to run separately. I mean, whether it will ask me for the permissions again. Okay, I paused the video while it was just printing out the code. That's something I should have done earlier as well. I've pasted the whole thing and I will save it. Where are the emails? User email. No, this is not filtering out. So let's search for it. Because most of my documents are shared with my wife and my other Gmail ID. Okay, I got the output. I'm going to copy the code, go back here, paste everything, and add the email IDs. I've I've added the email ID. Scroll to the top. I'm gonna click run. One is I don't know if it'll cannot read properties of undefined. Three folder get files. Seems there was an issue. Please use the correcting script. We'll wait for it. I'm a bit unsure whether this was recording me just looking around. We have the updated script. Is it recording now? It is. Let's copy this, paste it, and I'll again pause to update the email IDs. I've updated the email IDs. Now I'll click run. Oh, same error. It says cannot read properties of undefined. Reading get files at 3. So it says maybe the folder is not getting processed. So where does processed folder get called here? And how is root drive app? So doesn't that mean it needs drive app? Because I think I saw drive app. No, there's no drive app. In libraries, I have no idea how to add stuff. But drive app, I think, was working even before. Let's see here. Drive app. Okay, drive app was working. I want it to work recursively, even if it can't work from root folder, that's fine. I wonder what will it do. It seems there's still, yeah, still has an issue. That's nice that it can connect the dots. Let's try the following script. It says it has added a record. It has added exception handling or error handling when it cannot fetch permissions. That was not the issue. Let's see if it runs. Then I'll need to stop it. No, it's the same error again. Process folder add. I am still getting the same error. Instead of starting from the root folder, modify the script to start from the folder ID I specify, but still go recursively inside it. Maybe my hope is there'll be some change to the folder that we give it, and that will fix this. I have copied over the new script. It says replace your folder ID here with the specific folder ID you want, and I can see that here. Let me find that. I'll actually paste that and the emails, then resume recording when I run that. Okay, I'm ready to run. Oh, still the same error. So, what is it doing? Process folder cannot read properties of undefined and get files. Is get files used anywhere else? No. What about here? Is get files used here? Get files is used here. So here get files works to give files. Here this is the folder, and at the bottom I see starting folder. Starting folder is drive app dot get folder by id. So the get folder by id is folder. What is it here? So folder is get folder by id. So those components make sense. What if I were to redefine it there? If I were to say, but what about the recursion? How is it doing recursion? So files. it has to sometime call the same, something has to call something again. Here, okay. Subfolders. What if I skip this? Does this do block comments in the same way? Okay. What if I skip this and then run? Is the problem in recursion? No, it's still coming up. Give me three ways to create a... Oh, okay. It's giving me something else. Code is out. I will copy this code, paste it here. Instead of the folder ID, post the right thing, and then run it. Oh, .gs is, I'm sure that's not an issue. File not found. What does that mean? At 3 again. Drives list. Oh, this is such a big thing in these few lines. Its error could be anywhere. Error indicates the specified ID could not be found. Okay. Let me search for this ID here. It's there. So it worked there. And it has some folders inside it. It is saying I'm choosing the wrong folder type. I will open Google Drive and find another link. I don't know what is resource key. It's the same. What if I paste it with resource key? Process folder. Okay, this has gotten really difficult. And oh wow, okay, I like this. I like logging.